The Suns fan said, hey, you ought to get a new coach.
Stop it.
You oughta. Jordan Ott, the new head coach of your Phoenix Suns.
Oh, boy. Cameron Cox, live
Cam.
from the newsroom. You like how punny that was, Cam?
Troy, you got one more? No? You ought to have one more, Troy? Is that we're just going to stop there?
I'm done.
All right. Well, we appreciate the comedy, my friend. First thought of hiring Jordan Ott, alignment. Remember, they said that over and over again here recently. The new owner, the GM, the new head coach will all have ties to Michigan State. Remember, Ott was the video guy for the basketball team when new GM Brian Gregory was there as an assistant coach. My second thought, we are all trying to figure out who this guy is. Ott is more than qualified for the job, though. Got a decade plus of NBA assistant coaching experience. Never been a head coach before. Ott helped the Cavs to the best record in the East this past season. Ran the offense for Steve Nash working under him in Brooklyn. Has a strong background in player development. And he's been up for a few head coaching jobs here recently. Most importantly, Ott has the Devin Booker stamp of approval. Remember, Book set in on some of these interviews. It's reportedly a 4-year contract. More on Ott. He's 40 years old. Will be the 4th different head coach in 4 seasons for the Suns. This will be Book's 8th different head coach in 11 years. That's crazy to say. Stops include Atlanta under recently fired one-and-done coach Mike Budenholzer. He was in Brooklyn, LA Lakers, and of course Cleveland. Folks I talked to around the league describe him as organized and a great communicator. And of course, communication is something the Suns have been missing here recently. This search lasted more than a month and a half. They talked to at least 15 candidates, and now Jordan Ott is the guy. First order of business, help fix the most expensive failure in NBA history. Ought to be easy, right? Whew. The Suns, of course, missed the playoffs for the first time since 2021 with the highest payroll in the league. They got to figure out what to do with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. Both are not expected to be back next season. Nothing like getting thrown in the fire, guys, with your first-time job as an NBA head coach, right?
Yeah, lots of pressure.
Yeah, Ishbia is the owner. He's got a ton of money, and he's building his team with his guys. So at this point, I mean, who else can you blame going forward, right?
You know, Troy said that right after Brian Gregory got hired. Like, listen, you changed the GM, you changed coaches, you changed different front office people, you've changed the roster around. This is all Matt Ishbia is doing now from here on out. These are his guys. This is fully his team. He's the one left to blame moving forward if it doesn't work.
And if there's a problem, he says, I ought to have done something else.
You ought to stop.
Is this where we're at? This is what we're doing from now on?
Yeah. I'm going to be in trouble when he gets down here in the studio. Thanks, buddy.